Let's just go through kind of like touching base now that you've been around for a little bit.
hmm
Just hey, what did you come in looking to do? And like what has your experience been so far working with Angie? I know you did more of a group coaching
hmm
thing, but what's your experience been so far and what were your primary goals joining the program?
So losing weight, gaining muscle, more energy, like those were my goals coming in. Better sleep. Um, and definitely the sleep I feel like is what I've excelled in the most. Like
Hmm.
I feel like a different person.
Yeah.
The magnesium, like getting on a better schedule for sleep. The quality of my sleep is improved. Um, And then I feel like I lose 2 pounds and then I gain 2 pounds. And then I lose 2 pounds and then I gain 2 pounds. Um, like this past month, I haven't had any trips. Um, and so I've actually lost like 4 pounds this month so
There
far.
you
So
go.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I do feel a difference in the way that my clothes are fitting. So I do know that I've gained muscle also. Um, but yeah, I haven't like had this like huge transformation. Um but the diet I feel like I do well. I track and I stay on with the food. The I know in like the one video you say like do whatever diet you want as long as you stay within the macros. And so I didn't necessarily like choose like a low carb or a high fat or like a keto or like I didn't choose a diet. I just ate whatever I wanted that fit the macros. And I don't know if that's right or not. Um,
Yeah, there's like tiers to it, right? That
yeah,
it is and it is. It's there's layers to it, right? So
right.
the biggest metrics would be what you're talking about. And then after that, hey, what I like to see for the sake of like nutritious food and
Mm-hmm.
fiber and gut health and all that is 80% plus whole foods,
Mm-hmm.
is just eat real food. Like it doesn't have to be
Yeah.
more, that's the next layer. And then after that, it's we can get more and more specific. But yeah, we start with that kind of ideology and say, there's only one that I'm gonna kind of change my tune on a little bit, one diet in particular, and I'm not gonna like dive real deep into it. You'll hear about
Mm-hmm.
it soon in the community. There's one that I just want people staying away from. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
there's just we have more information. So, um, yeah, and with the weight loss, the I would say this is a win. Maybe if you'll allow me to reframe this for
Mm-hmm.
just a second, but the win being that you went on how many vacations?
Oh, like just about every month I do something.
Right. So, you say, hey, like I've had some consistency. I kind of have stayed home this month. I lost 4 pounds. Like we know the system works.
Mm-hmm.
You started at a time, like I remember speaking with you when you started and you had like it was more than
Well,
once a
the
month.
vacations.
Like when you
Yeah.
started, it was like two or three vacations right off the rip from starting. So the fact that you haven't gained a bunch of weight while doing all of that traveling, that's the win, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how
Mm-hmm.
many people can't do that? Like they
Mm-hmm.
can't. Like they will go on vacation and like the outcome during travel is going to be weight gain.
Yeah.
And for you, like maintaining, I've had this conversation with a lot of people. Maintaining during those times is an achievement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's from tools and principles, and I'm hoping like, some mindful consumption, just a little bit more awareness of what you're
Yeah.
consuming and the activity that you
Mm-hmm.
have and everything. So cool. So down 4 pounds is on the right track for this month. I would say
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I guess what I would like to hear otherwise is inside of this, I'm sure that like doing an online program, like there was some skepticism coming in. And I hope that,
Mm-hmm.
in that time we've been able to show you that like, hey, this is a sincere, like genuine, like, coaching program that has your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
Whether it's through Angie or what you've seen on the group calls and everything, like we're the real deal. And I would wonder what you would say to that person, either yourself or somebody else that is like equally skeptical, because like
Hmm.
there's a lot of shit programs out there,
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit
And
people. So like what would you
and
say to
and
them?
before I joined, we talked about it. And I had told you I had like spoken to a couple of other guys that had firefighter programs, and um, I just didn't feel like they were genuine, and I felt like you were genuine, and that's why I chose to go with you.
Mm,
Um, like I just that like that's how I feel about you. That's how I still feel about you. Um, and so yeah, like in speaking to other people and having that sort of insight, um, I think helped me a lot
mm,
to choose you.
right on. So there is such a thing here if I'm like listening correctly. It's just like, hey, sometimes you got to trust your gut.
Hmm.
Like this was a gut decision. But people can pick up on that too, but it's
Yeah.
just like the problem is that people have been burned before. Like me included, right?
Right.
Like I've been burned by bad fitness programs and I've been burned by bad business coaching programs,
Yeah.
just in full transparency. And the business coaching ones are a lot more money. So like,
Hmm. I'll
and
bet.
you get burned on that. And it's just like, God, man, I just wasted, however much on something. And it's like, okay, but there is something always to take away. And that's why. Like a lot of people have had that
Mhm.
experience. Like, hey, I sign up and then the coach disappears. Right?
Yeah.
Like stop and they don't follow through.
I have
And it's
friends that happened to. They were telling me about it. I was like, that is
yeah,
some shit.
it is
Like,
some shit, you know? So we got to do our part to show out and it makes the it makes it harder for all the people that are really sincerely trying and have a good program and good coaches on there.
yeah,
It makes it harder for everybody else because for every good coach, there's probably three or four bad ones, you know?
definitely.
So cool. Well, I appreciate your time. If there was anything
Yeah.
here outside, well, I want to say one more thing, actually.
Hmm.
And that's that, I do think you having success, maintaining, doing the thing, like improving your sleep, even being down 4 pounds this month, like it says a lot about the person as well, and like you're a person, like how many it's so interesting to me. Like we see people every week and we see the same faces every week, like on the group calls, right?
Hmm.
Now, group calls are not like showing up on a group call isn't going to be like what makes the difference in your actions, but it does show the level of dedication. And so
Hmm.
like you're a face that I saw like on group calls and people have been successful not going to the group calls. But
Hmm.
like you're a person that shows up like fairly routinely. I like seeing you there, and it shows like those people generally, the ones that are consistent with showing up, like most of the time are like the people who are having the most success in the program. So what it says a lot more about you, is that you have the ability to come and show up and to participate and to do all of these things and to be a part of the community and to contribute. And that says a lot about you and like your dedication to
Hmm.
it. So I want to take time to just acknowledge that, you know,
Thanks.
and say like, hey, it's good to have a good program. It's good to have good guidance. Uh, The most important piece though, that like I can't do anything about is you.
Hmm. Yeah.
Right? I can't do anything about that piece. Like I can try to guide, I can try to inform, I can give you resources and
Hmm.
education and all of the things that I promised I would give, but it still takes the most important piece is like, hey, am I dedicated to doing this and am I going to be a good participant in the program? You
Yeah.
know? And you've been doing that. And I'm really I'm really happy to see what you've done. Um
Thanks.
yeah, absolutely.